Hey everyone, it's Warriors NRL Fanatics. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Before getting into it, if you are a new viewer to the YouTube channel and you've done so already, please make sure you don't forget to give this stream a like. Click the thumbs up on the live stream, like this live stream, make sure you do that. And make sure you are subscribing to the YouTube channel of Warriors NRL Fanatics. Plenty of content to come over the rest of the season. So if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do all the following. And tonight, I'm going to review that game between the One New Zealand Warriors and the North Queensland Cowboys. So, so to everyone in the chat, feel free to, comment down below in the YouTube chat down below. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions on the game. We'll probably get straight into it real soon. But, what a game it was. What a game it was yesterday against the Cowboys. Awesome performance by the boys, especially when you look at it. I watched the game back again today, and boy, it was an outstanding result. It was an outstanding win. But we'll go through, like I usually do, I go through all the try-scoring moments, give my thoughts, and go through some of the stats and all the key elements from that game on Saturday, which was a big win. Hello to Jacko. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in the live chat. So to anyone who's watching already, please give this live stream. Make sure you give this live stream a like. Click that thumbs up button. And also, if you are a new viewer to the YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. It's absolutely free, guys. Don't forget, it's absolutely free. It all helps the channel, and it's much appreciated as well. And we'll get into it. So we'll get into the game. We'll go through some of the moments, the tries. We'll go through all the general plays of this game. I did watch it back again. Watched it live, of course, yesterday, but also watched the game back again today, this evening as well, just to go through and jog my memory of how the game went. And also went through the highlights, watched the full game replay as well. So, look, the way this game started, man, we started this game off pretty well. You know, the 31st minute there, Chance Klugstad goes over to score the first try of the game, and it's 4-0 to the Warriors. They take an early lead. Now, the key note I made out of the start for the Warriors was the fact that the Warriors' defense was absolutely on song early. And I will say this, the Cowboys made a lot of mistakes early on this game. The errors definitely killer blows for them, especially with the errors as well. So, the errors really were the things that really killed the Cowboys early on this game. And a few repeated sets of six to give the Warriors majority of the ball. We had a lot of the possession early on this game. And, we definitely made it count on the scoreboard. And, look, us getting that try, great try there to Chance Klugstad, good individual try there to CNK, and it's 4-0, and it's a great start from the Warriors early on this game as well. And hello to Ray Matenis. How's it going, Ray Matenis? Good to see you in the chat. It says, awesome game last night. Happy for the boys. And hello to Jono. Hello to Jono. Hope you're doing well yourself. Hope you're doing well. But look, great start. 4-0 Warriors. What could you ask for as a better start to this game? The Warriors have definitely struggled to start games off well this year. We tend to be chasing the game quite a lot, and I'm sure Webby would be very happy with that start, getting off to a good start there and scoring first with a 4-0 lead. And great individual effort there by Chance Klugstad and scoring that try as well, especially I like what he did there to get that try. And then the 25th minute, off a repeated set of six on the Cowboys defensive line, and Adam Fanua-Blake barges over to score using his strengths to full use there. His strengths there. We know Adam Fanua-Blake is really hard to beat, across the line there, and he goes over to score. And boy, it was 8-0 already, and Adam Pompey converts to make it 10-0 there to the Warriors. So it was a brilliant start by us, especially. Jono is saying here, just refresh your stream. It's all good. No worries, Jono. Good to see that the stream is actually working for you. But Tahi, bro, how's it going, Tahi, bro? Good to see you in the chat. So hello to all the viewers who's just joined. So what I'm doing is just going through the game, going through play-by-play of the moments in the game, and, of course, reviewing the game, giving my general thoughts, and going to go through some of the stats as well. at the back end of the game when it's finished. So everyone, please like the stream. If you haven't done so already, please give this live stream a like. And if you are a new viewer to the YouTube channel, make sure you are subscribing as well to the channel if you haven't done so already. But a good start there. Now it's 10-0 to the Warriors. Adam Pompey there. Adam Fanua-Blake is really hard to stop. What can you say? It was a great try from Fanua-Blake. Definitely, out there to prove a point after being dropped a couple of weeks ago due to club protocols. And he made a pretty statement start there, scoring that try as well. So good start there for the Warriors. Out to 10-0 lead there. And very dominant start from us. A lot of the ball early on in this one. And, the Cowboys just, they were shell-shocked, really. We had them under the ropes early on in this game. But in the 20th minute there, and Dylan Walker, who has had a great start to this game, especially, obviously coming into the starting side, playing as the lock there, with Tohu Harris coming off to the bench, with a bit of a change here from Webby. And I thought it was a great move by Webby to keep Dylan Walker at lock and move Tohu Harris to the bench. I thought it was a good decision there. And it paid off because Dylan Walker was the main part of this attack for this next try. And Tamari Martin, Mitchell Barnett goes over for a try there. And it's 14 points to 0. It's a pretty easy try there for the Warriors. Cowboys defense really had no answers to that. And, we made that look pretty soft, really, to be honest. And 14-0. Pompey makes it 16-0 there. Adam Pompey converts to try 16-0. And, hello to Jose. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well, bro. Hope you're doing well yourself there, Jose. Can't beat that morning after the feeling. Absolutely can't beat that morning for sure after a great win. Definitely a brilliant feeling as a Warriors fan, especially waking up on a Sunday morning after a good result and a good result in itself. But going through the games, guys, so bear with me. I'll just go through the game play by play like I usually do. Hello to B-Bay Hubs. Is Chanel to the bench drop Lussick? Yeah, we'll get to it real soon. We'll talk about selections for this week's game coming up. So we'll get to that one later. And, Jose's just saying, subscribe to the channel like he says. Absolutely, subscribe to the channel there. But great start, man. Really impressed with how dominant. I thought our four-pack were very dominant early on in this game. The likes of Barnett, Niokore, Fanua-Blake, Jackson Ford. There was a bit of a debate whether Jackson Ford at prop is a good decision, but turned out to be a great decision by Andrew Webby. It was a good call by Webby to play Jackson Ford at prop. And look, despite one obviously try that was taken off us due to an obstruction, and Ford was involved in that. Besides that one play, Ford was great at prop. I thought he was really impressive at prop throughout the first half as well. So our forward pack was pretty strong. Our outside backs were running really, really well as well. Chanel, Chance Klukstad at the back there, having a strong first half, especially DWZ. They were all playing their part in the first half, throughout the half. And I felt like throughout that whole half of footy, we just had all the answers, for the Cowboys. And the Cowboys really struggled to go with the Warriors, especially with the fact that they made a lot of mistakes. That didn't help their case as well. But the Warriors were definitely applying that pressure to the Cowboys, especially. So, and Jono is saying here, I love Jacko Full playing in the middle. It also clears up the logjam we have in the back row. Absolutely, definitely, for sure. And I wasn't too sure how to go at prop. I know he's been going very strongly this year, but him going to prop is a position where he's never played it before, and he did a good job there. So full credit to Andrew Webster for actually putting him there in that position. A position where he's never played before. And Jose is saying here, Ford 0 errors. Yeah, absolutely 0 errors and no penalties as well. We tend to see Ford give away a few penalties a game. Makes an odd error, but we didn't see that this week. We didn't see that in the game against the Cowboys at home. And our discipline was very good as well throughout that first half. We hardly gave away a lot of penalties. We didn't make many errors, and that we kept it real clean every time. We completed our sets very well, and that was so important. That's what's so important. If you're going to win a footy game, you have to do all the basics right, and we did that. So that's the thing, and that's what I'm so happy with over the past couple of weeks, especially against the Dolphins, especially against Penrith. Get wins against them. we were very well disciplined in the penalty count as well in our errors, and we didn't give the opposition easy field position. That's what we didn't do. So, Jacko was putting in the work, absolutely was, and Jacko is saying here, inspired selection at Jacko Ford at prop was outstanding. He has a huge motor, absolutely he does for sure. And hello to Mel in the chat, good to see you, Mel. Hope you're doing well. Saying impressive win and impressive discipline. Absolutely, it was. Our discipline throughout this game was the key. Our defence has improved lately out of such after being pretty poor to start the season with our defence, and of course our attack is starting to click again, which we haven't seen throughout this whole season. So it's all starting to come together again. But the first half was so strong. It was a really strong first half there. So it was 16-0 at the time, and then with 6 minutes remaining in the first half, we go and get another try, and it was Rocco Berry does very well to regather that ball, and he probably could have knocked that on, but he actually did very well to regather the ball there and pounce on it to score to make the Warriors lead out to 22 points to 0, and another awesome try by the Warriors, especially given the fact that off a set of points, we complete our set. We come down the other end, we score again. And Rocco Berry, man, it was brilliant. He was strong throughout this whole game. And anyone who doubts Rocco Berry's position in this team, and I'll keep saying it because I don't know why they're Rocco Berry haters. I really don't understand it because he is a very good player. He's a very good player. And who cares what stats he has? He does the job very well. So look, Berry was having a strong first half, 22-0 lead Warriors, and it was a great try from the Warriors, especially. But Cowboys do get a try before half time. It was against the run of play to Scott Drinkwater. It was 22-6 at half time, and Tahi, bro, I think it's better position for Mr. Ford and less pressure. Absolutely, it is less pressure. And hello to Ghostler. Hope you're doing well, Ghostler. Good to see you in the chat. He's saying he's still improving too. Absolutely is, definitely for sure. And hello to Rich. Hello to Rich. Hope you're doing well in the chat as well. So, hello to all the viewers. For those of you who just join us, as I just recap the first half. But guys, please like the live stream if you haven't done so already. Click that thumbs up button if you haven't done so. Make sure you are subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. It all helps the channel. It's much appreciated. It's absolutely free. So please give this channel a subscribe if you are a new viewer and you're watching this live stream or watching this video back. But yeah, look, overall, the first half, man, very happy with the first half. I've got to say, there was nothing negative to take out of the way we started this game. First 20 minutes really strong throughout the back end of the half. Look, the try, I'm not going to lie, was a little bit annoying to concede the back end of the half, but other than that, it was a try from the run of play. It was really a try from the run of play for the Cowboys there. And look, pretty much felt like going to the second half. I felt very confident we'll go on with the job and get the win because I didn't feel like the Cowboys were going to really trouble us in the second half. And Jazz is saying here, greetings and happy vibes to you all. Hello to Jazz. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in the chat as well. Hope everyone else is doing well and all of you have had a great weekend. But like I said there, the first half was so good from the boys. Really good. The forwards were doing the job. The outside backs, the halves, everyone was playing their part. Everyone was standing out, I felt. I didn't feel like anyone was disappointing in this game throughout that first half. No one was really having a bad game. Everyone was playing their part and their role very well. But the second half really, 26 minutes. It was another great play from Tamari Martin. Tamari Martin has really come out and proved the point, over the last, couple of weeks now. He's probably proving why he should stay on the side altogether and not get dropped altogether. And I absolutely think he shouldn't be dropped right now if you're based on how he's doing. Obviously at the start of the season, he had a few quiet games. He wasn't performing, but he's playing well. He's playing at halfback. He's obviously playing a different position, but he's having a great last couple of weeks. Tamari Martin, and he was really strong throughout that first half. And I will have a look at his stats later on, but boy, he's proving a point. He's definitely proving a point why he should stay in the first grade side altogether. And Jose is saying here how sexy are Tamari Martin's passes. Yeah, they were. They were definitely were. Majority of his play throughout this whole half was a strong kicking game. His tries, he had a few try assists as well. Yeah, he was doing the job very well. So I've got to say, look, I've been pretty critical of Tamara. I'm going to put my hand up and say, look, I'm happy to be proven wrong, and I'm happy to see him prove a point. He's playing outstanding, and it's good to see. I like it when players like this come out and prove me wrong, and have a strong performance over the last couple of weeks. And speaking of another player, I think he's been really proving a lot of people wrong, including myself, is Adam Pompey as well. So a massive shout out to Adam Pompey, and it's good to see him do so well, especially. And last year I thought Adam Pompey definitely showed some improvement. And of course he played every game for us last year. You've got to remember as well. So a shout out to Adam Pompey, who over the last couple of weeks has been doing very well. And if you've got to pick a centre now, you've got to say Adam Pompey deserves to stay on the side. I can't see a way for him to be dropped, personally, in my opinion. He's goal kicking as well. He's doing a good job goal kicking. Easy you could say of Sean Johnson being out, who's going to step up and do the job as the goal kicking? Adam Pompey's been doing the job as well. So I've got to give a massive shout out to Adam Pompey throughout this whole game as well. He's definitely performing well, and he performed well against the Dolphins the previous week as well. So a massive shout out to him. I think he's been great. So good to see you, Richard, in the chat. Hope you're doing well, Richard. He's saying good day. Good evening. Hi, Christian. The game was good last night. Yeah, it absolutely was, for sure. And I had to watch it back. I had to watch it back today. After watching it live last night, I had to watch it back to give you guys my my general thoughts so I can remember, and write down a few notes for the game. But yeah, Jose is saying how good Tamari's Masters. He has improved in 2024 for sure. Absolutely, I think he's definitely improved the last couple of weeks for sure. And Jacko's saying here, Tamari was great, but he does lack a long kick out of trouble. Yeah, I think that's a fair point. He's definitely improving, but, he can definitely improve that area too. But, look, you don't want to be too critical, but, yeah, look, he probably can admit he probably needs to improve in some sort of areas. But, he has been playing well lately. He's definitely been playing well. And, yeah, Jacko, Jose is saying here, yeah, Warriors fans own Adam Pompey apology. Yeah, I do absolutely owe him an apology for sure. I think for me, look, obviously being pretty critical over Adam Pompey over the years, his performances on the field, but, he has definitely proven me wrong. And look, I'm happy to be proven wrong, So, fair play to Adam Pompey. He's done a good job, and, he definitely can goal kick for sure. His goal kicking is definitely pretty handy to have, as a second choice goal kicker. With Sean Johnson and not playing, he's definitely a good backup to have. But yeah, look, throughout this whole second half, man, I just felt like, we just carried on from what we did in that first half. Look, another great play from Tamari Martin, and Delamatini-Zalesniak goes over to score 28-6. Adam Pompey kicks a penalty goal. Sorry, guys, penalty goal there, and it makes it 30-18 with 80 minutes remaining. Now, that play there, which I find was strange, was the sin bin fault for Chanel Harris-Tavita and Chad Townsend. Now, I thought that was crazy. I thought that was a crazy moment there in this game, because I don't feel like either players deserve the sin bin. Chanel Harris-Tavita apparently kicked the ball, and that's why he got sin bin, and I don't think that should have been the sin bin, personally. I thought that was an odd call. And Chad Townsend as well, I didn't quite understand that either at the time. So, watching it back, I was like, that was so strange. It was so strange that they both got sent to the bin for that. But, yeah, the referee panicked. Yeah, absolutely, he did, Tahi. I'm not too sure why he sent both of them off. I don't think either of them deserved to be sent to the sin bin, personally. I felt there was nothing in that, going off the replay, going off what I saw. And, yeah, I just didn't understand why he did it. I really didn't. It was a strange moment in the game. And, yeah, Jose said our first sin bin of the year, and it was a silly reason. Yeah, absolutely, it was a silly reason for sure. And hello to Tracy. He said bad sportsmanship. Oh, I don't know whether you're trolling or being, but I'm just going to ignore that. But yeah, so I thought Unique said hello to Unique saying here. I thought the Ford and Barnett position swing was a masterstroke from Webby. It was definitely a masterstroke in my opinion as well. I felt like going into this game, the late change of Walker going to lock and Harris going to the bench. I thought it was a good call, and some people may question the call, but I think that was a good call because Dylan Walker's doing a good job at lock. Personally, I thought he probably should have been named to play there to start with, but then Harris coming off the bench, I thought did a good. I think when Harris came off the bench, I thought we saw a lot more energy from Tohu off the bench. I think that's the way we need to go over the next couple of weeks. But I do agree that Ford and Barnett's position swap was a good decision from Webby at the time, and it proved to be the point throughout this game as well, with the way both played, with Barney playing that second row and Ford playing at lock, Ford playing it prop, and Barney playing it in the second row. Apologies here, but Jono's saying here, I think the sin was to control the game, not necessarily due to actually throwing the ball at Chad. It was the execution of what happened a few tackles prior. All right, yes, it felt like that was the case because I don't think you'd actually be sin-binning a player just because he threw the ball. I just found that a bit odd, but yeah, it sounds like it probably could have been that. But Jazz is saying here that didn't she actually throw the ball at Chad's head, or was my K for kicking in too hard? Yeah, he did. I think he threw it at Chad's head, and then the referee said it was a sin-bin. So I don't know. I think it was a bit harsh. I think there's nothing really in that, to be honest. But Jose is saying here, yep, subscribe to the channel. Absolutely. Thanks, Jose. I do appreciate you modding in the chat there and appreciate you putting that comment in. But yeah, Tahi's saying here, I think Barney and Murata are very similar type plays. They definitely are. And, if you look at the amount of impact our forwards have made throughout this whole game, especially, you can tell, there's a change up there from Webby. And it's a change up that we haven't seen throughout the start of the season to now. But I think it's been a bold move by Webby to change it up, and it's probably worked in our favour, really, throughout this whole game. And Bob is saying here, Bob K, hello to Bob K. He's saying here that Chad grabbed Kurt around the head of the game without the ball. Chanel didn't appreciate that. Yeah, probably didn't either. So, Jacko's also saying here, ref panic, but moved on, nothing to it. Yeah, there was nothing to it. Absolutely, there was nothing to it. And I don't think there was, I thought it was just odd in particular. I thought neither players deserved to go off for that. It was just something little niggle in the game, and I don't think that deserved a sin bin from either players, to be quite frank. But yeah, Unique says it seems that sin bin Chad was a cop out for the CHC sin bin. Yeah, absolutely, probably was for sure. I do feel that was the case. And hello to you, Up the Wires. Good to see you in the chat. He said, "Are you heading to the Titans game?" Absolutely, I am heading to the Gold Coast Titans game. I will be doing a vlog for that game as well, like I did with a vlog with the Magic round, and I'll be doing a vlog for that game. So definitely for sure. Look, I've already done 2 vlogs already this year, so there'll be another vlog for that game as well. And Tahi is saying, I'm sure there was a worse head mix in the Rabbitohs game. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so basically at that point, it was 30 to 6 with 18 minutes remaining in the game, and the Cowboys, well, they needed to start getting some points, really. It was starting to become a bit more of a desperate stakes for them. We're definitely controlling it. We don't look like we're going to lose the game from here on. But 11 minutes remaining. I've got to talk about this. This was absolutely outstanding. What a bit of play from, Dallin Watini-Zelezniak. I could not believe this. Probably one of the tries of the year, in my opinion. It might have to be up there in the NRL highlights of 2024 when the season comes to a close. But, boy, what about this for a try? Remarkable piece of work there by Dallin Watini-Zelezniak. Now, this was off a C&K kick, Chance Nigel-Klukstad. And, look, this ball looked odds on for me, like it was going to go dead, right? The kick didn't look great. It looked like it was going to go out. But Dallin Watini-Zelezniak had other ideas. He had other ideas. And this is classic wingers sort of stuff. Wingers play here. DWZ bats the ball into the goal line, and Chancellor Klukstad pounces on it to score. And it's 36 points to 6. How the hell did he get that ball? How did he not go? Well, how did he get that ball down? How did it not go out? Like, if you look at the replay, if you watch the replay back a few times, I was watching it back a couple of times, and I thought, how did he do that? It was crazy. It was remarkable in itself, because that ball was a certain to go out. It was a certain to go out, but Dallin just had other ideas, man. He had other ideas. Couldn't believe it, because this try was one, for me, probably the highlight tries of the year. It was remarkable from Dallin. And Chancellor Klukstad, he pounced on to score. It's 36 to 6 there. And it was one of those tries where I just was surprised, really surprised, because I thought, for all money, I thought his foot was going to touch the line. I thought it was going to be out. I thought the bunker was going to overturn it and not give it. But to the amazement, we actually got that one down. It was remarkable in itself. But Jose is saying here that, CNK had an awesome game. All the return players turned up to play. They absolutely did. They really did. And Richard's saying here, yes, sir, I hope we smash the Titans. Absolutely, I hope we do. I hope we get a bit of revenge after they, beat us at home earlier this year on Anzac Day. And really, the Warriors support is going to be absolutely amazing on the Gold Coast. It always has been. It has been. It was last year. It was like a Warriors home game. It's going to be a Warriors home game again. It generally is. But looking forward to it. Really looking forward to that game coming up over the next couple of weeks. But Jono's saying here, hopefully your mate isn't too sad about the Cowboys loss. Meh. He was disappointed. He was definitely disappointed, but Nick's showed great sportsmanship, as he is. He's a great friend of mine. So, look, all the best to the Cowboys for the rest of the season. I hope they do well, but hopefully look, I think they'll bounce back. They'll definitely bounce back for sure. And Jose is right. Smash those likes, guys. Smash the likes on the live stream. Like the live stream if you haven't done so already. And also, if you are a new viewer, please, guys, give this channel a subscribe. It's absolutely free. Just click that subscribe button, and it helps the channel and supports the content as well. It's much appreciated. As we try to get to 2,800 subscribers. That's our next goal, and to get to 3K subscribers by the end of the year. That's the goal, main goal of the channel to get to. And Jazz is just asking me a question. I'll answer this question before I get into the rest of the end of the game there. Christian, what ratio do you expect in the crowd of the Titans Warriors supporters? I think majority will be 60 to 70% Warriors supporters, Jazz. The fact of the matter is that if you look at the South Titans game on the weekend, majority of the support was the South, right? And when I went to the Cowboys Cowboys game, it was Manly. It was Manly playing the Titans this year. Actually, that was the game I went to, and with a few mates. That game was majority of Manly supporters. So last year, the Warriors supporters packed out the supporters bay. They packed out pretty much the whole stadium. So I think there'll be a lot of Warriors supporters there for sure. I think there'll be a heap of Warriors fans, and there will be. I think there's going to be another pre-game meetup at the Sporting Globe in Robina. I think I'm not too sure yet. I think that will be happening, and I think also after the game, I believe there's a members-only post-game event for meeting the players afterwards as well. So I think that's been confirmed to happen as well, and on the week of the game as well. So that should be good as well. Which I'll be going to both as well. So yeah. But the majority will definitely be Warriors supporters. Yeah, up the Waz is saying 70% of Waz, 30% Titans. Yeah, definitely for sure. I think that will be the case. And also, just getting into the other questions, Bob Card saying, yeah, Valentine Homestuck came into play. Should have done a Falcon. And Jacko saying, got to go, have fun, guys. Yeah, cheers, Jacko, for joining in. If you do watch, you end up watching it back, do watch it back if you get the time. But Jose is saying peace there. And Jazz is also saying here, true, bro, we'd love to come and contribute to that race show. Yeah, you should, Jazz. Definitely, you should come over. Like, I recommend any Warriors fan to come over, whether you're from New Zealand or living in Australia or living in Sydney, come along to the Gold Coast, because Warriors and Titans on the Gold Coast, always good crowd there. And Unix is looking forward to the vlog. But we'll get back into the game now. So just to wrap it up, wrap up the game, and then look into the stats and some of the players that I thought stood out. So, yeah, look, obviously there we're up 36-6 at the time. Then with 6 minutes remaining, of course, the Cowboys needed to score. Look, really, it was game over for me, regardless of what the commentators said. And the Aussie commentators on Fox were harping on about, if they score the next 4 tries and convert the next couple, they're back in the game. And I thought, what a complete load of rubbish, to be honest. They were trying to hype it up as the Cowboys could come back and to get back in it. But come on, 36-6, they're not going to win the game from 36-6 down. Like, there's no chance at all, to be completely honest. I don't know why the commentators try to hype up the game as the Cowboys trying to come back and, well, they can come back and win the game. I don't think they can, personally. From 36-6 down was completely ridiculous. The commentators trying to hype it up like they were still in the game, which was ridiculous in itself. Yeah, afterwards, the commentary was horrible. It was horrible, as you'd expect. Listening to, the Aussie Fox commentators, they can be a real pain. But, good thing we didn't have Block in the commentary. I think that was the only saving grace for me. There was no Block or Roach in the commentary last night, which is odd because he usually commentates all the Warriors games. But, yeah, look, 36-12, the Cowboys got their try to Burns. And, look, to be completely honest, it was pretty much just a consolation try there. And then we did get another try to Rocco Berry. Again, Rocco Berry, strong. What more can I say? Rocco Berry, man. Look, anyone who questions him, his selection aside, I don't know why. I don't know why they do it. He got 2 tries in this game. He scored that last try to make it 42-12. And that was the score. 42-12 was the final score in this game. And, alternate commentators are better to listen to, but we don't get alternate commentary here. We have to put up with the commentary at what it is. And Jono is saying here, do you see the Warriors are likely to head off to Vegas next year, the Panthers, Sharks, and the Raiders? Yeah, we'll definitely comment on that real soon, Ned. I'll give my thoughts on that real soon after I've wrapped up the game review. And Jazz is saying here that Vossi always speaks highly of the Warriors. Absolutely. And it was a shame that he wasn't commentating the Warriors game. He does commentate a lot of the Warriors games, which is a bit annoying, but he usually commentates a lot of the other games. The Aussie commentators will always be biased. Yeah. Look, there's some Aussie commentators I don't mind. I don't mind some of the Australian commentators, but some of them can be annoying as well. And a pain to listen to, especially Blocker Roach. He's such a pain to listen to and quite annoying. But look, 42-12 is the final score. I will go through the stats now, guys. So give me a second. We'll put up the stats. So, we'll go through the stats here. Game stats for this one. So, possession-wise, the Cowboys had 44% of the ball. Warriors had 56%. And, time and possession. 24 minutes and 12 seconds to the Cowboys. Warriors, 30 minutes and 50 seconds. Completion rate, 77 to the Cowboys. Surprisingly, it wasn't any lower than that. I thought it'd be a lot lower considering they've made a lot more mistakes than what the completion rate shows. But 84% to the Warriors, their completion rate was great. All runs, 149 to the Cowboys, 195 to the Warriors. All running meters, 1,306 to the Cowboys, 1,863. Post-contact meters, Cowboys 492, Warriors 750, and the line breaks were at 2 to the Cowboys, 7 to the Warriors. Tackle breaks, Cowboys made 21, Warriors made 32, and average set distance of 36.29 to the Cowboys, Warriors 42.35. Now the kick return meters where the Warriors were at 275 to the Cowboys 106, and the average play the ball speed was 3.54. The Cowboys Warriors 3.56. Now, when I listened to Toddy Payton in the post-game press conference, he actually mentioned that the Warriors played the ball a lot faster. The Warriors played the ball speed was a lot faster. He said they were a lot quicker in the ruck, and he was absolutely right. We did definitely play a lot quicker than the Cowboys, and I absolutely agree with Toddy Payton in that post-game press conference. But the stats show that we definitely played a much faster game. I think the offloads there with the Warriors were at 5 to the Cowboys 1. So we definitely offloaded the ball a lot more. And 5-1 offload count. Warriors offloading the ball a lot more. And the kick return meters there of 701 to the Warriors. Cowboys 614. The forced dropouts. Cowboys had 1 forced dropout. The Warriors had 1. And the tackles made 304 to the Cowboys, 385. So we made 304 tackles. The missed tackles 32 to the Cowboys, 21 to the Warriors. And the errors. Warriors made 10, Cowboys 11. Penalties conceded, Warriors 3 to the Cowboys 4 as well. And ruck infringements to the Cowboys, 1 to the Warriors. And, of course, the sin bins 2. 1 to Chad Townsend and C&K as well. So just going to pop into the chat again to read your comments. Give me a sec. So, yeah, I'll take Vossi any day in regards to the commentary. Absolutely. Gus Gould. Jose likes Gus Gould. Yeah, I don't mind Gus Gould. He's one of the, one of the, the best knowledgeable, experts in the game. He can be a little bit annoying too, Gus, but, he's usually quite good as well. Tay's saying better to listen to the Poms. I don't think I actually agree. I probably prefer the Aussie commentary more. And Jose is saying I'm going to try Sam Hewitt and Blake Ashford's commentary next game. Yeah, big shout out to those guys who do a great work with SENZ as well. Huge shout out to Sammy Hewitt and Blakey Ashford as well. They do a good job with the Running It Straight show every week. Their commentary on the games as well. Sammy's a very passionate rugby league fan, very passionate Warriors fan as well, and I love what he does. I love his work. So massive shout out to Sammy Hewitt. But yeah, I've had him also on the channel before, and hopefully we'll get him on again in the future as well. But Jose is saying here the Cowboys are a team who know how to put a lot of points on the board. A great defense from the boys to keep them out to 1 try. It was absolutely sensational. Absolutely, it was. We know the Cowboys are a very high-scoring team as well. They love to score points, and you're absolutely right there. To only keep them to a couple of tries is a credit to us as well. But yeah, that's awesome, Bob Carr. And we have to take it up another level against the Storm. Absolutely up the wazoo. We definitely need to back it up against the Storm. And we saw the Storm today against the Knights had a very strong win as well. So they're going to be a tough challenge for the boys next week at home in a sold-out crowd. But like I said earlier this year, against the Storm down there in Melbourne, it was a game where we could have won. We had our chances, and if it wasn't for Xavier Coates, we would have won that game against the Storm down there in Melbourne. We were very close to pulling off and ending our losing streak against the Storm, and hopefully we can do that next week in Auckland against the Storm with a sold-out crowd as well. And definitely, it's going to be a lot of vibes for sure. The crowd's going to be pumping. They're going to be looking forward to it. But yeah, I definitely do agree that we've got to back it up. We've got to back it up against the Storm next week. We've got to keep going. It's really important moving forward because we look at our next couple of weeks. We've got another bye to come as well, coming up as well. So it's going to be so crucial for us to continue on the winning ways. We've won 3 in a row now, guys. 3 straight wins in a row. We've gone from a team that a couple of weeks ago lost 4 in a row. We were in a hole. And we came out of that Penrith game, and we've won our last 3 games, which is remarkable in itself. But Richard's saying here that Munster out. Is Pappy still out? Yeah, Pappy is still out. I'm not too sure what the go is. I think he's probably still quite a while away. I think Craig Bellamy confirmed it today. That he's probably not far away from coming back. So the good thing is he's not back this week. So that's the thing. As a Warriors fan, I'm just glad he's not back, and Munster's not back. So I know they've got Jerome Hughes, and Jerome Hughes is definitely generally another player that always has a good game against the Warriors. A lot of the Kiwi players coming home as well, they always like having strong performances in New Zealand against us. So hopefully that's not the case. I really hope not. And Jose is saying here, can't wait for Sean Johnson's return. I believe he'll slide right in with a heap of energy and confidence. Yeah, Sean Johnson to score anytime. Yeah, I think him coming back into the side, I think to be quite honest, he hasn't had a great season so far. He's been not at his best by his standards, but I think what he sees, all these younger players playing well, he's going to come back with that motivation as well to play well as well. And I think he'll come back real hungry and have a good, strong back end of the season. So, yeah, I do agree that he is going to come back and with a bit of energy and a bit of hope as well to get his performances back on track and help this team as well move on and push even further up the ladder, especially. So, but yeah, so just having a look at the try scorers. I'm going to look at the try scorers for this one. I'll go through the try scorers. We'll go through some of the stats and key stats for some of the players that I thought stood out the most. Man, it is tough to pick a man of the match as well. I'm going to pick a man of the match, and that was tricky. It's really tricky as well. So just want to actually pop in and say hello to Daniel Bate. Hello, Daniel Bate from the UK. Good to see you in the chat. He says, hope you're well. Good win for you yesterday, and you're looking and things are looking up for you. I'd say, yeah, absolutely. They are definitely looking up for sure. The confidence is going to be a lot higher now over the next couple of weeks. And so the try scorers, right. So we scored 7 tries, and the Cowboys scored the 2. So they had Scott Drinkwater and Braden Burns, try scorers there for them, and for us it's Chance. Chance scored 2 tries. Two tries to C&K. Adam Fanua-Blake scored 1. Mitchell Barnett, Rocco Berry with 2 tries. And conversions, only 6 out of 7 conversions. Only 1 missed kick from Adam Pompey. Again, great goal kicking. And Pompey also got 1 penalty goal. And there was 1 sin bin each, of course. Those are the try scorers for this game. So, but so just also now I want to look at the stats, standout players and their stats, guys. Also, if you please, guys, give this live stream a like. Make sure you click that thumbs up button on the live stream if you haven't done so already. And if you're watching it back, of course, please like the live stream, like this video, and also make sure you are subscribing to the YouTube channel as well if you are a new viewer and you haven't done so already. All of this helps the channel. It's much appreciated. It's absolutely free as well. And we're trying to get to 2,800 subscribers. So it's helped us get to the 2,800 subscriber mark. And we want to try and get to 3K subscribers by the end of the 2024 season as well. But standout players now. So I'm going to go into my Word document and to give you my players that I thought stood out and some of their stats as well. And boy, plenty of standout players. Look, for me, looking at it now, so Chance Klukstad, C&K, he had 2 hit-ups, 22 all runs, 251 all running meters, and 2 tries. That's right, 2 tries to C&K. Post-contact, 79 meters post-contact with 3 tackle breaks, 2 line breaks, and 1 offload. And, of course, he played the 80 minutes. Dallin Watini-Zelezniak there on the wing, 1 try assist, 1 hit-up. 14 all runs for 142 all running meters, 54 post-contact, 3 tackle breaks, 1 line break, and 11 tackles, 80 minutes played. Adam Pompey, and a shout out to Adam Pompey yet again. I thought 7 all runs. Look, 60 all running meters, not too many running meters, but still, man, as stats, were good enough for me, and 32 post-contact meters with 1 tackle break and 17 tackles, and also he got a few kicks as well, conversions. Adam Fanua-Blake, AFB came into this game wanting to prove a point and a statement. And like Webby said, that's what he was come to do. And he did that. 55 minutes played, 1 try, 20 hit-ups, 20 all runs, 207 all running meters, 101 post-contact, 6 tackle breaks, 1 line break, and 1 offload for 22 tackles as well. Yeah. Richard's saying here, 1 hit up. Yeah, 1 hit up. Yeah, it said on the NRL our picture, our website, that he had one hit up. I'm actually surprised there's only one hit up because it definitely felt like he had more than one hit up. But I don't know if that's right or not. I could be wrong, but that's what it says on the NRL website and what it says on the app there. So, yeah, Dale Watini is a Lesniak, man. You know, what more can you say about him? Just another really consistent performer for the Warriors. Fanua Blake, man, if anyone had any doubt whether he'd come back and prove a point, didn't prove a point. Well, he proved a point yet again. Fanua Blake, man, who's been strong for us throughout this whole season. Obviously, that Penrith game was one of his quietest games, but he came back with a point to prove, and he did it. So, I've got to say, it's just one of the strong performance from Fanua Blake there. Te Maire Martin, another player which really has been leading the way quite the last couple of weeks, especially at halfback. In 80 minutes played with 4 try assists, 10 all runs and 77 all running meters, 14 post contact, 1 tackle break, 1 line break, 3 try assists, 14 tackles and 16 kicks for 436 kicking meters. And Jackson Ford, and he played 62 minutes as well. Of course, playing at prop there, in a position where he's never played him probably before, and a strong performance for Jackson Ford. 14 hit-ups for 19 all runs, 178 all running meters, and 70 post-contact meters for 33 tackles made. Very strong as well. Mitchell Barnett, I've got to say, man, just so consistent. Always leading the way there, Barney. 58 minutes played and 1 try. He scored 1 try. Got to remember that. 15 hit-ups, 15 all runs for 147 all running meters, 68 post-contact and 1 tackle break, 1 offload and 28 tackles made there. So defensively was strong as well, as you'd expect from Barney. Man, another consistent performance by him, especially like he did against the Dolphins. And, reason why he did get selected for that New South Wales selection, in the reserves there. But Dylan Walker, again, man, Dylan Walker at lock, man, I really love Dylan Walker at lock. He's absolutely killing it there. 46 minutes played for 10 hit-ups, 14 all runs, 105 all run meters, 41 post-contact, 4 tackle breaks, 1 offload, and 17 tackles for Dylan Walker. Dylan Walker, man, he is so consistent. Wherever you put him into the side, whether it be centre, whether it be wing, you can play him anywhere. Well, he hasn't played wing, but you can play him anywhere. You can play him anywhere, and he's so reliable, Dylan Walker. Obviously, we played him off the bench as well as utility, very good utility player. And look, I think Dylan Walker in that lock position, man, he has been so strong. But yeah, look, he's just a real consistent player, I think, for me. And love Murata near hitting homes. Yeah, Murata was strong as well. He definitely shout out to Murata as well. And Jazz is also saying here, Banger's looking better off the bench and after rest. Yeah, for sure. He definitely is. Tohu Harris off the bench. I think, look, really, I think that's where you got to keep him. I think that's really got to keep him. And I know some people may debate whether that's right or not because, he's a captain. It's a bit strange, but you've got to do what's right for the team. And I think Harris would probably admit that he wouldn't mind it. He may be frustrated, but I think he wouldn't mind it. What if he's a team player first? And Jose is saying here, Dylan Walker working like yeah, definitely. He definitely is. And that's what I love about Dylan Walker, man. When he signed for the club, there were some people doubting the signing. There were some people that liked the signing. There was mixed views. I didn't have any mixed views on it whatsoever. I know he was a centre for many years, but I felt like he could add a bit of impact as like a utility player. And he did that last year. He's doing it this year, and Dylan Walker's been so strong. I can't. Oh well, I can't. I don't have any other words to say about Dylan Walker. He's just been so good. He's definitely been so good, and another strong performance from him, especially. But now I just want to look into my man of the match now. And boy, this is so damn difficult to choose, really. It was so difficult because going off this whole game, I found it really tough to go with my man of the match. Everyone stood out. Everyone played their part. There was no one that I felt really let the team down at all. No one did that. Everyone put on the jersey with pride, played their hearts out. The performances were strong throughout every play that I fought on the field. But look, man of the match is so damn tricky. So if you guys let me know your man of the match in the live chat, but this is my man of the match that I've gone with. And it was quite a tricky choice. It was a tricky choice for me. But these are the three players, my top three that I've gone with. So first man of my match goes to Tamari Martin, TMM. It has to go with Tamari Martin. Second, I'm going to go with Mitchell Barnett. Mitch Barnett. And number three, it's going to surprise a few people, but I'm actually going to go with Adam Pompey. Adam Pompey at number three is in my top three this week. I can't leave Adam Pompey out after how strong he's been. He's been strong throughout this whole game. He was strong last week against the Dolphins, and he backed it up. So I can't have him not in my top three. And Chance Klugstad, of course, gets a special mention as well because he definitely he's definitely in my top four for my man of the match as well. And Jose is saying here Tamari Martin definitely, and John is saying here Tamari Martin and Chance Klugstad shared. Yeah, and Richard's saying here that Tamari Martin and Chance Klugstad, which I think is a good shout as well. And Jose is saying good shout. Appreciate that, Jose. But that's my top three. But anyone could have been in my top three, but those are the top three that I've gone with in terms of my man of the match. And Tamari Martin definitely deserves it. Congratulations, Tamari Martin, man. Well done to him. What a performance. And everyone else gets an honourable mention as well. The likes of Ford, the likes of Nia Corey, the likes of, our fullback was just particularly good. And also our bench was strong as well. I thought our bench was pretty strong too. So, but yeah, that was my top three now, guys. So that's my top three. But yeah, we'll get into the player ratings now. So the player ratings for this one, I'll go through the player ratings, give my thoughts on the player, and give them a rating out of 10 as honestly as I can. It's just my opinion. So, guys, if you want to put in your player rating for each player, put the name of the player in the chat and give them a rating out of 10 on what your thoughts were on their performance. So, the first player I'm going to go through is Chance Klugstad, C&K. Chance Klugstad was outstanding, man. Outstanding. If you look at what he's done. For me, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 for C&K. So C&K gets an 8 out of 10. Dallin Watini-Zalesnik on the wing there. I'm going to give Dallin near an 8.5 out of 10 for me for DWZ. Rocco Berry, man. Look, anyone who continues to doubt this bloke's position in the side, I don't know why. And I don't know why he does have the haters personally. But look, Rocco Berry, man, an absolutely good young talent. And look, I've always been a Rocco fan through the junior days, the under-20s days, through to now. And, nothing changes, nothing changes for me with Rocco Berry. I'm always the person that will give him the highest praise, And look, if he does play badly, then yes, of course, I'll give him I will be quite honest as I can there. But, man, Rocco's been great. He's been great this season when he's played for us. But Rocco definitely gets an 8 from me. I can't not give him an 8. And 2 tries in this game, is enough to tell you what needs to be said there. So if anyone just goes out and says, he doesn't run that many meters, he doesn't do a lot, well, I don't think they're watching the same game as me, personally. But yeah, so Tahi Bro says, yeah, Rocco was deadly. Yeah, he definitely was. But sadly, there's some people that just, don't people just look too much into the stats and the meters made and how much he runs. And people just read too much into it. People just don't understand. Some people just don't get it. But hey, that's their opinions anyway at the end of the day. But I personally don't agree with a lot of people when they say he doesn't do a lot. He does plenty. And he just scored 2 tries in the game as well. So shout out to Rocco Berry. Man, Rocco Berry's a gun. And for me, obviously, he's my favourite player to watch. But Adam Pompey, man. Adam Pompey. Look, for me, Adam Pompey gets a 7.5 out of 10. Actually, look, I think when you look at it, Adam Pompey, man, look, another very, a very strong performance. Goal kicking wise was good. Obviously, missing that only 1 kick. Runs the ball very well. If you're going to pick the centres and you're going to say who should stay in the centres, I personally think Adam Pompey deserves to stay in the centres. Look, when RTS does get back, you're not putting RTS at centre. You're not putting RTS at centre, and I don't want to see him at centre again. So if you're picking the centres, you got to pick Pompey in the centres. If you have Pompey in the team, you've got to have him in the centres. You can't have, if you're going to pick Pompey, you can't have him off the bench, right? You've got to have him as a starting centre. That's the way going forward if you're going to pick him. But yeah, Rocco at a 9. Oh, I've changed my mind. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good rating there, Jose. And Pompey an 8 for Jose. Yeah, absolutely. An 8 is a very good rating for Pompey and definitely deserves to be an 8. But I've gone with a 7.5. I've gone with 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. It's just still a good rating because I thought he was so strong. Marcelo Montoya. I'm going to give Marcelo Montoya a 7.5 out of 10 for me. And CHT, Chanel Harris-Tavita. Well, look, I thought Chanel was solid. I think he did his job very well. Look, maybe there's some kicks that I probably think he probably could have done a bit better. But look, other than that, I think Chanel was solid. I think he did his job pretty well. Look, I'm going to give Chanel here a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, 6.5 out of 10 for me for Chanel Harris-Tavita. Tamari Martin easily gets for me a 9. This is probably the first time I've actually given Tamari Martin a 9. I'm going to give him a 9 this year for this game. For the first time this season, I can't go past his performance, man. I really can't. And I think he deserves it. I'm going to give him a 9. Very strong. Kicking him was strong. Provided plenty to our attack as well. A few try assists there and then. Look, just Tamari Martin, man. Look, he was outstanding, playing the halves, for sure. So, yeah, and Jose is saying he gives Chanel Harris-Tavita a 7.5 out of 10. Yep, fair enough. And Montoya gets an 8, solid under the high ball. Yeah, he always is. He's always solid under the high ball there. Tamari Martin, a 10. Wow. Jose's gone with a 10. Fair. That's a fair rating, I think. But yeah, Adam Fanua-Blake for me gets an 8. Man, what can you say about Adam Fanua-Blake? He's one of our best forwards. He's been our best forward for the last couple of years. Last year especially, we knew that he won the prop of the year. Came into this game with a statement intended, and he made that statement intended. He deserves an 8 from me. Richard's saying here Tamari Martin deserves a 9. Yeah, absolutely. And Tahi Bro says 20 runs from Tahi, and AFB 9.0 for Jose there. So yeah, that's definitely that's definitely fair. Wade Egan now. So yeah, look, Wade Egan, I'm probably going to give Wade here a 7. I think Wade was very good. Definitely a good performance by Egan, and I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I think his minutes were quite limited this week, actually, when I looked at it at the NRL website there. But I'm going to give Wade a 7 there. Jackson Ford for me gets an 8. Jackson Ford, I got to say what he did in the prop, where he played in that prop there. Look, I thought Wade Egan deserves an 8 for me. I'm not Wade Egan. Sorry, Jackson Ford deserves an 8. My bad, guys. Apologies there. I read the wrong player. Jackson Ford definitely an 8 for me. Great performance by him at prop. Marata Niukore deserves a 7 out of 10 for me. Barnett deserves a 9. And Dylan Walker deserves an 8.5 out of 10 for sure. And Jose is saying a 7 for Egan. And up the wires is saying Tamari a 9, Rocco an 8, Egan a 7, and Chancellor Klukstad a 9. Good ratings there, I do agree. And Tahi Bro saying Jackson was awesome. He definitely was. He was brilliant, man. He was brilliant at prop too. So shout out to Jackson Ford. Now to our bench now. So just looking to the players on our bench. So Jazz Savanga, I'll give Jazzy here a 7.5 out of 10. Tohu Harris off the bench, man. Look, great energy brought off the bench here. And he did quite well in terms of the stats. I think he ran for around about 100 plus meters here. 7 out of 10 for Tohu Harris off the bench. Kurt Cagwell, I thought was solid as well. Solid game from Capewell off the bench here, man. I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. And Freddie Lussick, I'm going to give Freddie Lussick, obviously, less minutes. Not too many minutes, so it's really hard to get a read on Freddie Lussick, but I'm going to give him a 4. 4 out of 10 for me. And Hosea is saying here, Jacko 8, Nia Corey 8, Barney a 9, and Dylan Walker 8.5 out of 10 there. That's right. Good ratings there. But those are my player ratings, guys. So that is pretty much it. So, yeah, that's the game. Look, overall, look, I genuinely got to say, man, look, a great win for us. But it's all about backing it up now. We want to go 4 in a row against the Storm this weekend. Obviously, our record against the Storm hasn't been great over the years. Hopefully, we can do it this week on Saturday. And look, one way of summing up, great win. Very happy with the result, and I feel like we can go on with the job over the next couple of weeks, and we're going to put ourselves in a position where we could be in the top 8 come that second bye, and that will be quite crucial as well. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up that game. Now we'll move on now and have a bit of a chat, just a little bit of a chat before I end the stream. Chat about the the game coming up, a bit of team selections, what's going to happen in the team selections. So, guys, if you haven't done so already, please feel free to put in your questions and comments in the live chat in regards to this week's game coming up against the Storm, and I'll definitely answer them tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we'll probably do. I might even do another live stream tomorrow night, and Tuesday afternoon I've got a teamless discussion live stream as well, and NRL tips stream already set up for Tuesday afternoon when the teamless come out. So we'll be reacting, giving my thoughts to the team as it gets named. But yeah, so here we'll get into it. So the questions here for you guys. So feel free if you guys got any questions with regards to this week's game coming up. Put them in the live chat there, and I'll answer them as honestly as I can. So to Hosea now. Hosea's got a few questions, of course, for me here. He's saying, do we keep Tamari Martin at 7 next week and Sean Johnson at 6? Good question, because I have the banner up here, and I've got it up here. Sean Johnson back at 7. Does Sean Johnson get back in the halfback spot, or do we play him at 6 and have Tamari at 7? Now, I personally would love to see Sean Johnson play at 6 and Tamari Martin play at 7. Now, will it happen? I don't think so. I just don't think it will happen. I don't think Webby will go with that. I think Johnson will go back at the 7 and Tamari Martin will go back at the 6. But the way Tamari's been going and his performances at halfback over the last couple of weeks, it's really hard to drop him from that position. It really is. And I don't think we should drop Tamari Martin out of the 17 altogether. I think you got to look at it now. Tamari has to stay in this team. If he gets dropped, I will be completely surprised. I would personally have him in the team, and I know this is my call, and this is the way I'd go with. But I would have Tamari at 7 and Sean at 6, and Harris Tavita. Look, unfortunately, I think Harris Tavita will get dropped. I wouldn't have Harris Tavita in the side, and Harris Tavita hasn't been performing badly. I don't think he's been bad. Don't get me wrong, but Sean's got to be back in the side. You can't leave Sean out of the team. So I would personally go with Sean at 6 and Tamari at 7, and I would have those as my halves. Would be my halves. But the way I see Webby doing it, he will have probably Sean at 7 and Tamari at 6. I don't think he can drop Tamari. I really don't think he can. And I think that's the way they need to go, personally. But yeah, down on average, we must have hit 8.5 at least for the overall team rankings. Absolutely, Richard. I think we do from how we played this week, for sure. And Up the Wires is saying here, yeah, Tamari at 7. Yeah, absolutely. I think Tamari has to be at 7. But yeah, he's been the best. He's been the best halfback in the comp. Yeah, I think so too. Chanel is to be at 14. Yeah, I mean, could happen. Definitely could happen. I mean, you can't go. I probably would love to see Chanel still on the side altogether, but like, who do you drop? Yeah, it's difficult. It's a difficult one. Luckily for me, I'm not Webby. I'm not Webby. I'm just a fan giving my opinion, my perspective. But I think with Harris Davida, where do you put him into the side? Where do you fit him? Do you have him off the bench? It's quite difficult, isn't it? It's quite difficult because you can't drop Tamari Martin. You've got to have Sean in the side, so someone's going to miss out, unfortunately, and that's reality. But Tahi is saying here that our attacking system is right attack dominance, CHC off the bench. Yeah. And I will say this, the thing I would say about our attack is once Sean gets back into the side, I would hope for me that our attack doesn't go back to being predictable again. Like with Tamari Martin, his kicking game is a lot different to what Sean brings. And look, I love Sean. I really do. I really love Sean Johnson, man. He's one of my favorite Warriors players ever through history. But let's call a spade this year. Sean's come into when Sean's played, the attack hasn't really gelled. It hasn't really clicked. It's not just him. Don't get me wrong. It's not just him, but he is also part of the attack as well. So, this kicking game, obviously, there's some stuff that he does this year which has quite annoyed me. I'm not going to lie. There's quite a few times he's kicked necessary to the same player each time, and it hasn't worked out. So I think Tamari offers a lot of a different game plan in that halfback spot, and I think you should keep him there. That's just my opinion on it. But if Sean goes back to halfback, it's going to be interesting to see whether he goes back to playing the same way that he did when he was playing with us, or does he change it up a bit? Does he change it up a bit? Because that's the real interesting thing for me. But up the Wales is saying, yeah, Tamari plays better when he's controlling. Yeah, exactly, he does. And I feel like when you look at this year, when Sean was playing, Tamari Martin was 6. The attack was going a lot through Sean, right? And that's, well, he's a halfback. Of course, he's got to control the game a lot more than what your 5'8" does. But Tamari Martin, it feels like Tamari Martin, when he has the reins, it's a lot different. It's a lot different to the attack. He brings a lot more of a different dynamic in his kicking game as well. And I think that's what Tamari Martin brings to the table, personally. But I do think that he controls more of I think he's better off controlling the game, Tamari Martin, than what Sean Johnson is. That's just my opinion on it. But yeah, Jono is saying here, I'm sure Webby will have the game plan to suit both players and to ensure that isn't more of the dominance than the other. Yeah, and that's one thing that's one thing I questioned this year is there's one player particularly more dominant than the other. Sean's definitely, obviously, he's the one with a lot more of the kicking game. He brings a lot more dominance to the kicking game, whereas Tamari Martin's playing the back foot, and we're seeing with Tamari Martin the last couple of weeks when he's been on the front foot and been controlling this team, he is the one that's providing more. But look, Sean can come back. When he comes back, I personally think Sean can definitely play a role for this team. But it's about, we want both players to show their potential. We want both players to show their potential, not one player dominating and one player not being the dominance. We want to see both players playing well. Which, for me, look, I think what Webby does will be real interesting with his game plan, and how he gets both players more of the dominance in the game plan for sure. But that's the thing. I'd be keen to see how Webby approaches it moving forward. But hey, look, Webby's the coach, so look, full faith in what Webby does, obviously. But what he does will be interesting, really interesting. Yeah, we've been without medals and didn't have enough time to adjust for Metcalf and until Sean Johnson got injured. Yeah, that's a good point, really. It's a good point, Tahi, bro. I do understand where you're coming at with, and it definitely hasn't helped. We've had our injuries in our forwards this year. We haven't really had a consistency with our spine on the field throughout the season. Obviously, we've had Tane there. We've had Chance play for 5'8". We've had Tane to a picky at the back there. We've had so many changes. CNK was out for a bit. He had a game where he was out. We had a few unnecessary changes, which were unfortunate, due to injuries and obviously a few other things. But I do feel like, with Metcalf at the start of this year, once he got injured, things started to unravel after he got injured. And it was a shame, really. But I feel sorry for whoever does make this team because everyone is playing well. Yeah, absolutely, Richard. And there's a positive and there's also a negative, right? There's a positive that we're having these discussions around who should play, who shouldn't play. We haven't had that in, years. As a Warriors fan, we've been able to look upon our squad depth, and we haven't had squad depth in a while. So, that's a good thing that we can call upon some of these younger players to come and do the job as well. And, they've done it over the last couple of weeks. So, it's unfortunate for either player that's going to be dropped or not selected, because they're real unlucky to miss out. So, but yeah, I do agree with you. Like, it's a tough decision for Webby to make. And good thing I'm not the coach. And Webby, man, I do feel for him. But he's going to have one of the most toughest jobs in picking the team each week. And whoever he picks, no doubt about it, look, we all have faith in Webby and what he chooses. And over the last couple of weeks, we've got to have faith because we've been putting results and performances have been great. So, and it's been a bit of a turnaround. In that Penrith game was a game which turned around. It could have been, if you look at the back end of the season, that's a game that could turn our season around. I think that's a game that could turn our season around if we, at the end of the year, we're sitting in the top 8 and we'll be looking at that result. Penrith result at Magic Round is a game that could be the result that really made the difference. And with a team that had a lot of young players on the field as well, and not a lot of recognisable players, but a lot of young players who have come in and done the job very well. But yeah, Jose is saying absolutely agree, Jono. Look, Lussick had a good game tonight. Yeah, it's good we'll be able to rotate as needed. Yeah, absolutely. Look, it can be a positive and a negative, but I feel like it's more of a positive than a negative to be looking into a team and saying who should be selected each week, who should be dropped, who should be playing. And at the moment, no one should be deserved to be dropped because everyone's playing well. Everyone's playing well. Everyone's doing their job. And unfortunately, it's a reality of the rugby league circle, NRL, that someone has to be out of this, has to miss out. And it generally it's a shame, but it's what it is, and everyone's just doing their job very well. But yeah, it's good to be able to rotate as absolutely. But yeah, Jose is saying here, who are you tipping tomorrow night? I've got the Eels winning. Jose, I think the Eels will win. And so far my tips, I'm actually doing all right now. I've only got one wrong. I did tip the Broncos to beat the Sharks last night, and that was a huge shock, really. Did not expect the Sharks to win that game in that second half. They played very well against the Broncos in that second half. But so far, my tips are doing well. I've only got one wrong. I've tipped Penrith, so I got that right, and I tipped the Storm as well. So, yeah, I've got the Eels tomorrow. I think the Eels will win, and I think Moses will want to have a big game. With it obviously being Origin selection, on the rising, for sure. And I think he will probably be the one to have a big game tomorrow against the Dogs. Now, the Dogs are playing well too, so that will be a real interesting game tomorrow. But yeah, public holiday with King's birthday tomorrow. So that's why there is a game on Monday, for those wondering why there is a game on a Monday. Up the Wires is saying here, I think we can take down the Storm. It's going to be a cracker. Absolutely it is. I'm looking forward to it. Sold out crowd on Saturday evening down at Go Medium Mount Smart Stadium. It's going to be a great game, man. Look, to those Warriors fans going, enjoy it. Should be good. It's going to be a cracker. It's definitely going to be a cracker. And it's an opportunity for us against the Storm. We know our struggles against the Storm over the number of years, and we're definitely looking forward to it. But Richard is saying yes, CHC for Lussick. Yeah, didn't think of it, but all good. Yeah. And Jono is saying here, where are a real chance against the Storm, bro? I'm hoping for an evenly ref game. The night's got absolutely shifted by the rest of it, but here's the news. Nothing new to Storm getting. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely nothing new. Nothing new there. Regards to the fact that they get the rub of the green, I do absolutely agree with you there, Jono. But yeah. So the last thing I want to touch on just quickly before I wrap it up, guys. Adam Pompey. I do want to actually wrap up on this because I feel like right now, I did say earlier in the stream that I think right now, based on his form, does Adam Pompey deserve to keep his spot in the 17? So let me know in the chat. I personally think he should. Based on how he's been going, he's put in his best performances by far over the last couple of weeks. And I think he definitely deserves to be in the 17 altogether. And I look at the next couple of weeks, obviously with RTS coming back into the fold. I believe RTS is coming back for that Titans game at Sealer, so that will be good. So if he's back, that'll mean that we'll have close to our full strength side on the field because the only player that is on the sideline is Luke Metcalf. So if he gets back, we've got Roger back, we've got Sean Johnson back. That means Metcalf is the only player we have on the sideline. So man, this is things are starting to come all together for the Warriors again, and I think he definitely deserves to be back in the 17. And I think Pompey, if you look at it now, he has got to be in the centres. And I can't have him out of the side altogether at the moment. Probably I wouldn't have said that at the start of the season, but it's crazy how things have changed. Look, I think Pompey, with what he brings to the table, you have him in the centres. With Berry, I'm not dropping Rocco Berry. The biggest question mark is RTS. Where do you fit Roger in the side? If you're going to pick RTS, man, look, this is tough. You've got Montoya on the wing. Do you drop Montoya? Do you put RTS on the wing? What do you do there? That is a big question. I honestly feel like RTS, it's hard for him to not. You've got to have him in the 17 RTS, do you? You can't not have him in the side altogether. So if I was to pick RTS, he can't be in the centres. I think that experiment is completely over. I don't think he should be in the centres at all. You've got to at least have him on the wing, or maybe on that fullback. But that's the way I probably would go. But it's really tough. It's a really tough decision to make if you're Webby. What you do there. And Upper Wise is saying here that RTS on the wing. Yeah, I think RTS on the wing. But does that mean Montoya unfortunately misses a spot, man? I don't think Montoya's been bad. It's tough. It's a tough one on Montoya, man. Look, despite the season, the start of the season, Montoya wasn't at his best, and he's been strong lately. So yeah, it's quite difficult. It's really quite difficult, man. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be Webby in this position. But like RTS, you can't have a player like RTS out of the side altogether, man. It can't. It just can't. But yeah, Tahi Bro saying that surely Mets won't be back until next season, bearing injury. Yeah, I think he won't be. It'd probably be tough to see him come back into the side now. I hope he is. I really do hope he has a quicker recovery and he's back into the side, and I'd love to see him return this year. But yeah, I'm not too sure. Haven't heard any timeline or deadline on when he'll be back yet, so we don't know if he'll be back this season. But I hope he's back this season. I really do. But it's really hard to say on that one. But yeah, guys, I think that pretty much wraps it up. And that wraps up the review and the player ratings. And I've gone through some of your questions at the end there. Asked in regards to this week's game. I will be doing a preview of the Warriors Storm game this week as well. So tune in for that one coming up. We've got a show planned for Thursday as well. So we've got Waz up probably and Ash, and I think maybe Hold the Ball and a few other content creators. So we've got a show planned. Think I'm doing a show on Thursday. Hopefully those guys are all right to do a show Thursday, but that's the plan at the moment on Thursday, to do a show Thursday afternoon. And chat about the Warriors Cowboys again and preview the Storm game as well. So hopefully have those guys on. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good chatting. It's been great, guys. Great show. Awesome to have a lot of people tuning in and watching. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Make sure you like the live stream if you haven't done so already. Give this live stream a like. If you haven't done so, guys, it's much appreciated. It shows your support for the content. And if you haven't done so already, please also don't forget, if you are a new viewer to the channel, please make sure you are subscribing to the YouTube channel. It all helps. It helps the algorithm. It's absolutely free as well, guys. Don't forget, it's absolutely free. Just click that subscribe button if you are a new viewer to the YouTube channel. And also give this video a like, share, and subscribe as well. And we're going to wrap it up, guys. Wrap it up now. We've gone for an hour 19 minutes, so we'll wrap it up, guys. Have a great rest of the evening, everyone. And have a good week ahead. And I'm looking forward to the Storm game coming up this week. So, yeah, looking forward to that one. Thanks to everyone in the chat there. Thanks to Richard. Thanks to Jose. Thanks to Bob. Tahi Bro. Jono as well, and Jacko early in the chat, and a few others who were here. Up the Waz. Who else we had in the chat? We've had And yeah, that's all. That's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Like video, like the live stream. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Give this video a share as well. Share the video on all the platforms of social media if you haven't done so. Yeah, thanks for watching. Up the Wars, go the Warriors. Great win on the weekend, and enjoy the footy as well tomorrow as well. Enjoy the Eagles Bulldogs, and yeah, we'll see you all in the next live stream and next video. Cheers, everyone. Have a good one, and up the Wars, go the Warriors. Have a good one.